building. So you can see behind me there's a line that's been created by the citizens, by the protesters. In front of me there's a police line consists of National Guard and DC police. Let me go here.
I've been here for a long time.
Have you?
I just came late.
That's all good, brother.
I've been here for 20 years in DC.
You were sleeping all day today?
Huh?
You got too drunk last night? You were sleeping all day today?
Well, I've been trying to get some rest.
All right, bro. It's all good. Make America's penis.
Oh, hey, before you go, try to remember the year has 13 months, not 12.
That's 12, dude.
That's a lie. Listen to me.
January through December,
Listen.
All right, so
dude, tell me all about it.
we are kind of in a holding pattern, honestly. There has been a citizen line created and calls of hold the line. We've got DC police and we've got DC police, National Guard, and Capitol Police, all holding this line here. Sorry, I'm just trying to, there's tear gas up in the air here. I've been wearing my mask, but I don't feel like you can hear me very well with it. But I'm just keeping myself at a point where I can jump out of here pretty quick if I need to, because that tear gas is that stuff is like, it's no good. It gets after you, man. It stings in your eyes, it gets in your nose, it gets down in your throat. Yeah, it's cold out here. So anyway, we're just gonna keep covering whatever is going on down here. I wish CJ was with me. It's more fun having someone else in the field with you, and plus he's a big guy, and it's a lot easier to work your way through a crowd. Sorry, I'm just looking for an exit really quick because I see tear gas happening. There's people getting feisty. Anyway, CJ is really great about finding those interviews and getting us through a crowd quick and easy. So we're gonna head over this way. Do you guys have any questions there in the I gotta get away from this music, guys. Sorry. Let me keep moving around. But we're gonna get away from that music there because we don't have copyrights to that music. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna flip this. Let me flip this business around here. Yeah, so CJ is in Washington State because he was covering the protests out there. Like there was a Stop This Steal around the whole United States, or all capitals it was. And he was covering things there. And since I live in the DC area, I came on down here to cover this event. Sorry, let me get this thing flipped around. Hold on one second. Oh, my fingers are so cold. It's not okay. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay.
The most police I've ever seen in the world.
There we go.
I've never seen this much police.
Yeah, so these, oh no, sorry, I was talking to my feed. It's okay.
I've never seen this much police in my life.
Is this the first time you come down? Hey buddy, how you doing? This is this guy's buddy here. Have you come down to an event like this before? No. Do you mind if I chat with you for a second? I'm with an independent media group. I'll give you my card here if you'd like. You can turn your friend around. He can be with us also if you'd like. What made you decide to come down here today then, if this is your first time?
I want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So you're here just as an observer rather than as like an activist? And what are your thoughts on this? Do you live in the area then?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know. It's great to see. It's history. It's despicable. I don't like it.
Sorry, I'm getting close to you so that they can hear you. Okay, sorry about that. There you go. You better say that quietly. Shh, don't tell. Your secret's safe with me.
It's great to see this kind of spirit. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy.
When you say it's great to see this kind of spirit, what do you mean by that?
It's not democracy. for someone. It's almost inappropriate. Especially when you're storming the Congress. It's not good.
That was, I was down there reporting earlier, right in front, and it was bizarre to see people throw scaffolding hooks.
It really is good. I just want to come out here, just want to see what's going on.
Yep.
See how people feel, see the, the energy and all that. So,
Yeah. Do you feel safe out here? Yeah.
for now.
Do you feel? I mean, if you're from the, we've okay. Yeah, we've seen there's a citizen lineup down over here to hold the line. They're saying, and then we've got the police lineup. So just have your exit strategy all in place. Well, thanks for talking with me. Thank you. Oh, here, I'll give you a. The music again. Sorry, we are not. Do you want? I was gonna say, let me give you one of our. Let me give you one of our cards if you want to take a look at the. No problem. Sure. We got to stay away from all of the copyrighted music, guys. So I keep having to kind of move this line around to get away from that. Oh, we're gonna get a call again. Oh, okay. So we're gonna just kind of stay out of the way here and get away from this guy who was yelling at the cops, though. I'm gonna try getting to the edge. Hold on a sec. Let me get this up. There we go. I don't know what flag that is there, but something. That looks okay. Sorry. Oh, music. Sorry. Let's get out of here. So here we are.
Well, for several reasons. I'm here, first of all, to share the gospel and to bring warning that this country is under judgment for all that it's done over the years, and it's reaching the climate.
You know, I am not seeing any Proud Boy presence. I'm not actually seeing any organized group presence. It seems to just be a collection of individuals. It's not an organized group effort at all. I haven't seen any particular groups represented here. Yeah, it seems to be like
normal
more of
if you're a patriot. If you're Antifa, you never see these guys.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go get me some Antifa garb, and then I'm gonna come back
Chilly
here
here.
and I'm gonna watch how different it is. Because if I put on some Antifa shit, they're gonna go home. Y'all aren't gonna get called. I'll probably be given the fucking key to the front door.
That only hurts because that actually is what I'm.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
So next time Antifa comes here and starts burning down the city and y'all aren't working your weekend, y'all should come back and stand with the Patriots. It's pretty fucking fun.
We'll get your message.
Nothing better than
Yeah, you'll get to crack some skulls if you go against Antifa.
Can I ask what group you're with? I have press up here.
Yeah, D-Live.
What is it?
D-Live, which is the platform, and then we broadcast to a bunch, but Happening Center.
Happening Center?
Yeah, Happening
Okay.
Center.
I saw the whole press guard here.
When in Rome.
Yeah. I was just seeing
This,
you.
oh, yeah. Press badges, they mean nothing,
I have,
right?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yours is cute. Look at
No,
yours.
see, I got it all colorful.
Get mine all like, hey, yeah, like I work in a fucking...
You gotta like go
Press badge
colorful
shit.
with it though. Well, yeah.
Well, I know, right. It's to show that you're identifying yourself and then you're not getting involved.
So can I ask you a question? Is that right? Do you mind if you're on? I mean, obviously, don't care if you're on camera here. I'm live streaming, right? Let me give you a mic. I'm actually with CJTV Media. I don't know if you've heard of us.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
CJ.
CJ. Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started out. He worked with another.
He did. No, it was concrete reporting. Yeah. He started off doing the Chop Chaz coverage, and then he's kind of covered protests all across and other stuff too.
Taking a lot of flack and heat. His position changed a little. Where were you? Of the mind that,
Sorry, I'm to get so close. I don't have my mic, so I got to get a little bit closer.
he's on the left side.
Hey, y'all think Antifa was
Yeah.
bad?
No, I would rather people say it to us because they're saying it behind us. Can I ask you what what has prompted them to feel that we're more pro Antifa or pro anything really?
Okay, so like we have watched their streams. I've watched this since the start. We've been doing this since the start. Our producers watch all the other streamers stream because that helps us vector in. Things come up like when the fires were going on, and he's in a particular odd area, where a fire started, and then that's wildland fire.
Are you talking Kenosha?
I don't know exactly where
Okay.
it was. We watched a long time ago. But anyway, it's just the support and the promotion of that side's message that we saw
Yeah.
puts them in that category of being puts you in the category that's going to put you into BLM and communists. So
Sure.
it's an opposite side.
So what's interesting though is the BLM Antifa, that side hate us like
And see, that's
absolute.
The thing. It's and it changed. I watched it so much. Villain Phoenix was
Yeah.
extreme, right?
He was down here today, wasn't he?
I
Yeah.
think he was. I watched his training from supporting to just bearing the brunt of the organization.
Yeah. So let me ask you this though. So where do you think Villain Phoenix stands on the line then?
I think he's tipping conservative.
The Capitol. I think they fucked up and meant to say Patriots.
Yeah.
Because here's the
So
thing.
they're going to
Liberal
start
ideas
counting
cannot
at 8 p.m.
survive outside of
After the
moderate
Gestapo, DC
Okay.
challenge communism,
And the Air
things
Guard
like that.
sends
Those
everybody home.
systems of government.
They're going to start counting
Okay.
again. Do y'all not
So,
see
you know, this
the
we
shit
receive
they
a
are
bunch of
pulling?
foundational lies.
They use y'all to get us.
Sorry. Do you mind if we move over a little bit? Yeah, people aren't able to hear from that. Sorry. Let me just hop over this way.
You know, so I'll talk about Black Lives Matter. So the Black Lives Matter movement, which we believe is really just a Black Panther Party that's been rebranded, obviously for this generation, which is a soft message of Black Lives Matter. And of course, is a Democrat money funneling system, money up because we see the various Black Lives Matter chapters who talk about having problems with funding that sort of thing. The real issue is at the base level. This is going to see. I'm going to speak as Mother, you know, as science and Mother Nature's responsible is that we have a degree of African-Americans that have been difficult time living under our rules. And when people say that federal rule of 1356, 13% of the population comes in to 6%. The statistics professor at Matthew class was saying
Okay.
it's not 100%. The black community doesn't. There's tremendously wealthy black community today. For us, it's not an issue, but everything's a delta. So if 80% of the black community wants more police, that would mean 20% of the 13% are the problem. So 20% of 30% are 2.6%.
That's some good fast math right there. Well done. Yeah. Yeah.
2.6%
Sure.
is responsible for 56% of the crime.
Okay.
So when you hear Hillary Clinton now say super president, right, you're like, okay, is that really undisagreeable? Everything is on a bell curve, right?
Okay.
So the elephant in the room that we have to notice is that genetics and race are different. And there are certain things we can do to absolutely help the black community. And we're not saying we should actually work. We can prove that black children did better in their segregation. We want to show them under these things. I'm not trying to say I was born Muslim. Look, this is something where we have evidence to show that it's worked, and now we have evidence of these Democrats
they do the clip.
allowing these candidates and using them as a voting base and pushing them out and not really letting them out. It's like African candidates. If you keep dropping clothing and food for free, they can't begin to develop the baseline businesses to build up an economy. So you're screwing these people that are trying to help them. And it's this misplaced altruism that a lot of the left has, thinking that the solution is this
So you-
institutionalized racism. There's no such thing as it for black people. For white people, absolutely. Equal employment opportunity, that's institutionalized racism, which specifically states that if I'm applying for a job and they have a quota that they need to meet, and the same applicant that's happens to be black with the same qualifications, they can pick him and should pick him under the law, and I have no grievance procedure when I pick him. That is institutionalized racism.
Okay.
So if we acknowledge those things, we need to say, okay, we can start to develop plans and systems to help make sure that our community gets the help it needs. But right now, the appeasement is working, okay? We're not, you know, the welfare has been a disaster for them because it just increases numbers that don't work because the wealthy mothers want to use it to get money.
Okay.
So we need to really face the growth-based biological factors that affect the humans so that we can actually address the problem.
So let me ask you this. What do you see happening? Best case scenario, what happens after today?
I know, back on topic.
Well, let me go back one quick second. So I see your deck. You've got your press, and do you live stream or okay? Do you feel like there's an area in live stream or in journalism that can be unbiased, that you don't have to choose a side, you can just report what you see?
Because here's the thing, it's like movie review.
Uh-huh.
The movie review is based on that movie reviewer's frame of the world.
Sure.
So they're going to look it through that lens. I always think movie reviewers should list their favorite movies. Now I can go, oh, I like this guy's movie because I like those. I think I'm going to like his opinion. We have the same congruent things.
Sure.
If you don't have that, then we end communications.
So my question though is, I see the basis of the platform is to elevate voices, and I will say when CJ was doing Chop Chaz, for sure he was he was just a kid on a couch. Like he was he was in Seattle.
I understand. Irrespective of what you think personally, you have to behave when you're in areas.
Sure. Yeah, you're not gonna. Yeah, got to be safe.
Say to everybody watching too is that if you're going to go to these things, the first thing you need to do is understand what normal is. What is normal, even in a riot?
Sure.
Have
you covered a lot of riots?
Oh yeah. I've been up to Portland. I've been at this since the beginning.
Have you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, what we've seen too is it's adaptive. They learn from one riot to the next riot to the next riot and move things around.
Antifa is a CIA-run operation. The CIA and many portions of the FBI are in this country. We know from Army and that sort of thing. So you have infiltration. We have a near total infiltration at various levels. And you see that, like in Seattle, when they arrest someone, the prosecutor is a pro-Antifa friend. So what happens is the people are released that they arrest. So you can castrate your police force's ability to keep the streets clean.
Okay.
At the first level in the justice system, at the prosecutorial level, the prosecutor is pro-Antifa. They'll just release it. How do you achieve justice if people are released? Because you have a collusive system. So, you see it too. It's not like it's everyone's sitting around the same table. It's kind of like England.
Okay.
Okay. They do their thing for them, but they also work with the House of Obama and the House of but they want to fight for power. So Obama was going to snow globe. Excuse my voice.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to get you close to the mic on this.
Oh, okay.
CJ is our in the field reporter. I produce with him. I'm behind the screen all the time.
You'll put me on the left.
Oh, you're actually live. Yeah, so that is one thing that we don't. We're live streaming, so it's not edited, not filtered. Because I was just going to say, it's important that without independent media, without unbiased free press, there's no democracy.
This is new news. This is the new news. I spent a couple hours with a bunch of people chasing out all the fake news. We don't need a narrative.
Yeah.
All of the footage that is.
But I've watched you out here. I was watching you walk in the line, and it looks to me like you're creating a narrative, though. So would you call yourself press, or would you be an activist?
Right.
Okay.
Because and you know that on your side, not on your side, sorry, but on the leftist side, that you had marched with, and I've been with them. I've been in their news.
But would you consider marching with them or documenting the march? Yeah, documenting. Okay.
But you have to win and run, because they will out you. But we just march with them and we document what's going on. But
because I feel like there's a difference between So for me, to put on press and to document, it would be I don't activate. Yeah. So
where's the line that I cross?
Yeah. So are you out here as an activist or out here as press?
So being
Yeah.
fair, because I won't lie, right?
Sure.
You see on that Antifa side, the left side, they're press.
Yeah.
It's constantly.
They're not press.
Right. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not press.
So and that's to be.
But maybe I am, maybe I isn't, right? Because right now I could say that the narrative is we have a constitutional crisis.
Sure.
We have National Guard people being brought against their own citizenry. That if they know the UCMJ, can walk away and drop their shield and will have nothing done against them.
Uh-huh.
We have a mayor here who is pro-communism, definitely anti-Trumper, hates us. You see what she's done, right, with her little no-gun area. I don't know how you can have how you can block a Second Amendment activity next to a First Amendment activity. The Second Amendment protects the First. They want to do that. They want us disarmed, right? So this is just the start. I would say it was mission accomplished today. We broke into the Capitol.
Was that the objective at the start? Because to me, I felt like it was a march after the president's speech, and then it seemed like there was a call or a flash. I don't know that it felt planned. It just was kind of.
Well, right, Overton windows, right? As things started to get pushed in a certain direction, people going, so the window got pushed up, we wanted to go inside. And I think that was a statement.
So you're speaking we. I hear like we.
Oh, I'm okay.
So no, I mean, but so you're out here activist.
Did you go in?
I was up on the side, and then.
You didn't go in?
Did I go in? No. There was hundreds of thousands of people out there.
Got killed tonight.
I heard there was a.
They were behind the glass.
Like the.
Doors
Okay.
were shut behind the glass doors. They were in front of it. Shot him right through the chest, killed him.
I hadn't heard that. Yeah, I heard that someone got shot. So were you up at the front up there?
Yeah, right up front. And so if it was mission accomplished, because we got in there and we shut down the process.
So that was okay. So that was my question. The mission was to shut down the process.
I don't think you want to shut down the process. We need to get to the answer of is this, is Pence going to drop the dime on Trump and throw him under the bus, or is he going to do the right thing that he should according to the Constitution, right? And sort of fight Trump. So I don't know. I think this was look. For the last 8 months, Antifa and BLM have proven and shown that violence works.
Okay.
People will acquiesce to teaching. We are a different kind of violent here, so to speak, right?
Ain't no such thing as halfway cross, everybody.
Violence is the ultimate authority from which all other authority is coming. Whoever has the ability to apply more violence in a situation is the authority. There's more of us here, but we're not ready to do that because we don't feel the cause. Today we felt the cause to get into the Capitol building, so the energy is there, mission accomplished. So the next thing is, if the state is being stolen, then we need to do all sorts of things. Everyone needs to organize, everyone needs together, and everyone needs to do whatever disobedient thing you can do to bring this country back under control. Because I've seen enough evidence. Ask where I are. It's so obvious. Kamala hasn't given up her seat. Why wouldn't she? If she's supposed to be the VP, you give that up right away, right? Where is Biden? Where is he? I don't know what basements he's in. They put up a floorboard and like So now it's just, we're in a little bit of a limbo right now.
Are you surprised by something that we've seen in the past too? We've been out here at the November rally, and then again December 11th rally. It seems like this side doesn't have, I'm surprised there isn't more organization out here tonight, to be honest, because today it felt like I heard chatter in the crowd that they were going to gear up, come out, occupy, not leave, but there isn't. I mean, I'm looking around and this is just a collection of people.
This was the first field operation, so to speak, of this new generation of patriots.
Okay.
If I say, listen to what I'm going to say. On January 6, 2020, Patriots stormed the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. That sounds pretty damn historical, right? So what's going to happen is everybody understands the level of resistance now they're going to meet from the police. And I think, believe it or not, Antifa and BLM will provide some educational tactics to some of these people on how to achieve our goals a little better. Occupying spaces.
Well, you see what works.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you
Violence
see what
works.
gets.
Correct.
So when you say Patriots stormed, are you talking Patriots as in a group or as an ideology?
Citizens, right. Those citizens of the United States identify as Patriots in the United States.
Okay.
That would be how I would classify it, because I had everybody, race, creed, color, everything. Didn't matter. One focused goal, just to stop this and steal this communist insurrection. It's China. It's Israel. It's the deep state. It's deep, it's sturdy billionaires, and they're not all sitting around the table working together, but they are taking advantage of each situation. Remember, Game of Thrones. China works for China only. But if BLM messing around in America creates division, that's good for China. China's going to take advantage of that and say, I don't know, can we send them cheaper fireworks? And I will say this, fuck China. I'll be racist. Fuck China.
No. Oh, no, I'm not sure.
Oh, no, China is our number one enemy. We have 2.5 million Chinese in the United States, 1.95 million confirmed CCP agents. I have the list. The list is disseminated, it is linked. Now, when we say agents, it's not James Bond agents with spyglasses. It's infiltrated individuals that have gotten into all of our companies, all of our industries, and anytime they get any information, they want to send back to somebody. They send it back. And that's how the whole board and the CCP keeps their power going. They keep playing. This was an engineered virus. Coronavirus is the flu. You can look on the back of a Lysol can from 5-10 years ago. It says human coronavirus. This is the first time we've encountered this. But President Xi, communist, China is collapsing. He is going to be the presiding president over a collapsing country. So what's he going to do? He just smashed the keyboard, lit everything up, and said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to release this virus. He's money the head of the World Health Organization. Also a member of communist organizations, along with Xi. They got together exclusively and put out the plan to spread the COVID, right?
Okay.
You can look for COVID. It's this. Watch the numbers. When the COVID deaths go up, the stroke and heart attack deaths go down. It happens like this. As COVID goes up, the stroke and heart attacks go down. It's parity. Why? Because we reported all of these stroke and heart attack deaths as COVID deaths.
Okay. Well, we hear that from, it depends who you talk to. I mean, if you talk to one person on one side, they're going to have their statistics, and they're going to have, they're going to have as many experts as the other side.
Well, not really, because I'll tell you why. The statistics are there. The death rate is the same. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. If you can quantify a death as COVID, if you're a skydiver and you miscount your chute, but you have COVID, and you went skydiving that day, and your chute didn't open and you splattered in the ground, guess what? You died of COVID. Why? Because that allows them to politicize a pandemic. Okay, the masks do nothing. Learn about the word Dalton. Dalton is a measurement of size. That is how you measure the size of the virus particle, the COVID particle.
Okay.
It's so small. These don't do anything. They do nothing.
They help a little with the tear gas, though, man. I was out there, and that.
If it gets caught here,
That's the worst? Well, I had it in my pocket, and I had this thing in my pocket, and I pulled it out, because that gets in your throat, man.
There's a wipes called Sudocon, S-U-D-E-C-O-N, Sudocon, the Decon wipes for him.
Yeah, CJ has all of that. He's got a whole he's got a go bag, like, he's got the whole, he's definitely been in.
I didn't talk to him, but I walked by and saw him in Oregon and they got boys. I think his labels are changing.
I'll tell you this, he has, here's the deal. The objective of the platform is to elevate voices and tell people's stories, to not go tell our story and share our opinions. It's about letting other people speak, because that's what that's what unbiased media is supposed to do. And he definitely has learned as he's gone along, but he's my brother. He's my brother, so I can say, nice to meet you too. Oh, are you live right now too? Very nice. Yeah, so I'll say before he started all of this, not political. Like, this started for him because he was on his couch at home in Ballard, like in the Chop Chaz area, and he was watching live stream media, and he wanted to know it wasn't being reported correctly. And so he went out there with his camera and started recording, and has progressed from there. And then this turned into a whole thing. Yeah. So, and I will.
It's funny to see people I hear in the crowd, people saying like, "Oh, hey, Baked Alaska's over there."
Oh, what is Baked Alaska? What is Baked Alaska? Is that a nickname for him?
He's a streamer. He's a right-wing streamer.
Oh.
But Baked Alaska, I'll tell you what he is. Baked Alaska is a canard reducing wind resistance on the pendulum as we swing in the sun and more. What I mean is, he's just a mixer. He's just saying, more shit blowing up. He's no substance. He's an agitator. And he's
Okay.
You're not going to get anything substantive.
Sure. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot like that, though. There's a lot of
Like Phoenix.
Hey man, watch.
He was out here earlier. I think he was out here. He was out here last time, for sure. So let me ask you this though. So, like Dylan and CJ both started off in the same, covering Chop Chaz, Portland protest. Like the first time we met him was Chop Chaz. Was out there on the streets, yeah. Well, I meant the stream met him. I'm from this area, from Baltimore area, yeah. But him and CJ started off in the same place, and they've kind of moved along some of the same routes. I don't know if he's gone across the United States the way CJ has. But the thing that I find so interesting is that he's taken such heat for following Proud Boy events and for walking, covering Trump rallies and stuff. But he's also stood on the steps of the Washington Monument and talked to Martin Luther King Jr.'s granddaughter and followed followed all the, because he would talk to, I would talk to the leader of BLM as much as I would talk to, any other, we've interviewed Enrique Tarrio, and it's just interesting because it's a fickle world out, the live streaming world is fickle, and everyone has decided if you won't, CJ said once that if you walk down the street, if you walk down the middle of the street, you're going to get hit on both sides. And that's kind of where you're at, is being independent is, everyone wants to box you into something or another thing. But I don't think you have to take a stand. I think that there has to be a space in the middle where we can say, I'm going to let you tell your story. So I would say my value is always going to be humanity. Like when humanity exits, then I would step in. When we were in DC last time, in November, a guy got on the ground, they were still beating at him, and CJ pulled people off, and I went and pulled, tried to get involved. But other than that, I feel like there has to be a sacred space in the middle, and maybe it's called press, I don't know what it's called, but where we can say, here's what's happening through a filter of a camera, not through my lens. Yeah.
News is training, politics is training, because it's reaction to events. So this is what Twitter is leading, Instagram is leading. Any type of collection and dissemination of is where we're not. So live streaming is removing all of the middlemen between the viewer.
Yeah, it's kind of pulling the artifice out of it as much as you can. But I think there is a place though to report the news and not make the news.
I admit, me and a bunch of people chased off CNN.
I saw that. I was actually next to. I had my press badge has been. It's been gone most of the day. I had it under my thing because they were being chased off. We didn't have any sort of. Did you have any signal down over there?
I've been doing okay.
Do you have a live view pack or? No, I mean tonight, but earlier today. So did you say that you were up there and able to get footage of the storming into the Capitol? Were you live at that time?
Yeah, they got those AT&T trucks. See that thing right there?
Oh yeah.
That big tower with those white things on it. That's a cell booster from AT&T Mobile.
Sure.
Right. So, and I had. It was choppy. I would be down a few. You get choppy.
I couldn't even send a text.
It's bad. They shut it down. I mean, you got so many people.
There was that one spot. Were you there? So today I had it going on, and my cell phone, a bunch of cell phones around me, people were like, "What happened?" Like something happened. They had flipped a switch for sure. So I'm curious how you got were you live and able to get it all, or were you just okay?
Yeah, so you can find cell chips and stuff that will help you.
Yeah.
And stuff. Everybody hates 5G, but all of us that broadcast were like, I don't want 5G because I can like.
Well, there's that live U-Pack thing too. Yeah. Yeah. That's.
So, I'll give you what I think. How I see it is, it's a culture. That's what's going on, right? Sex is determined by violence, male and female, right? But gender is culture. Gender is determined by culture, boy and girl. So in our culture, we have boys and girls. But there's another culture that's trying to impose its culture on ours and say, no, you can have 500 genders. You can cut off your genitalia, switch around, do whatever you want to do, be as degenerate as possible. So that's what the fight is. So we're not going to allow them to change our culture and impose this culture on us.
But when the thing about it though is culture is evolutionary. I mean, like, why do you get to determine the culture of the United States? Why can't there be cultures within a culture?
That is your history. That is where people come from. You have to do that.
So you don't think that culture? I mean, like the United States culture has been adapted.
Culture works is made to strength. That is architecture, right? And then when we swing over here to this building, that's brutalist architecture meant to take away any feeling and flow.
Okay.
That takes away culture. This is culture and history. So that's what we have. That's the important thing. That's the culture.
Okay.
They want to change this culture. We're not letting.
When you say they, who wants to change the culture?
Well, okay, I would say anyone, obviously, the left, which includes the deep state, BLM, Antifa, all of the little operations, the infiltrative individuals within our government that want to do that, right? And all of the support that they have from the state actors.
So let me ask you this then. It might be kettling. Oh no, they're fine. They were starting to shift around. Do you not feel that there's a space within that we can't have different types of cultures within the United, like the general? No, I'm saying if there's, just as devil's advocate, if there are people that are like, why can't we live in America? If we want to change our gender, if we want to live this particular way, would you have a problem with that? Like why is that something that you don't feel that should be allowed? Or, in all those different scenarios.
It's that when gay men can dress in bondage and sex toys march down our central streets and hoist our children above our shoulders. Technically not illegal, but it is degenerate. And we don't want that in our culture. It's not part of our culture.
Would it be okay if it's a woman in a bikini and hoisting?
Degeneracy is degenerate. It could be, depending on what it is. It's the skirt thing, right? It's the shopping cart tag, right?
Okay.
You don't have to put the shopping cart tag, but you should because it's a good thing to do.
I had a girlfriend that said if you want to measure a person's character, see where they put their shopping cart.
Yeah. Friends you keep, everything like that, right? So the problem is for the black community, they need to take.
So okay, let me ask you that then. The black community, the Latino community, the Irish community, they all have their own culture. And so if something's culturally acceptable to them, is there not a place for that kind of culture within the United States?
But it's the imposition of our cultures that are compatible with us, and our cultures that are not. Islam is not a compatible culture. I don't have Muslim friends. If you have Muslim friends, you're not real Muslims because you're not supposed to be friends with any of us. Right? Same thing with the Israelis. It's the same thing with the It's kind of odd that the massive amount of ownership of pornography sites is armed by Zionists, the infiltration. Like, no, I'm not a Nazi. I'm not a fascist. But it's interesting from a historical perspective. It's always the communists calling our side of fascists and the Nazis. Right?
But it feels a little. It is feeling like everyone is saying what you like. I wore black tonight because I had black. That's the color of my jacket, and I had someone say to me like, "You shouldn't wear all black tonight because someone might think you're Antifa." But on the other hand, I also had a blue scarf that I couldn't wear either because it feels like we're in a situation where everyone is kind of being Nazis to everyone else.
So let me do a little history.
Okay.
What does the word Nazi mean? So people levy it as an insult. Right? It's a combination of two words. It's German words.
Well, we're moving out. All right. Well, it was nice. Thanks for chatting with me.
It was really nice meeting you. So if you
too.
see CJ, tell him I'd like to say hi.
He would love to talk with you. So, and I'm sure they have it on there. I wasn't able to hear you when you talked about what media group you're with.
Oh, no, we go to
they'll
D-Live.
track it.
Yeah, they'll find it. So be safe out here. It's good talking.
You too. Thank you so much. All right, that was interesting. Oh, they're moving the line again. Yeah, we were kind of. Oh, I don't know what's happening right now, but I feel like I'm getting kind of thrown in the middle of something here. Yeah, he had a lot of interesting ideas that are not necessarily my ideas, but obviously not. Everyone has their own. Oh, I am between something here. I got to find a spot to get out. Hold on. Absolutely, I'm getting out. So I told you this is the this line was not created by the police. The line that's here was created by individuals. Oh, it's getting cold out here, you guys. So this this perimeter here is, let me hop back. The perimeter here on the edges is citizen erected, and it looks to me like the law enforcement is creating a new line. Oh, you guys, it's getting so cold out here. Oh, music. I'm gonna get away from the music. We're being kettled, you guys. I don't know if they're gonna start arresting people. Yeah, we're totally kettled in here. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's no more exit. There's police. There are police over here. I gotta pee. They can't like arrest me because I gotta go potty, man. Oh, I shouldn't have said that on live. Sorry. Oh.
And at least
I don't know where the exit point is around here, you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Guess I'll just wait for. There isn't really like an exit. Oh, there's an exit.
they got one door. I just got grabbed by the cops.
All right, so we're just gonna make our way out here. I want to ask them. Sorry, can you tell me how far back are they moving? How far back do they want us? Okay, thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm swinging the camera on here, guys.
Y'all stuck under my phone.
All right, we're coming back out. I got out of the middle of that thing. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the kettling process was right there, but it could have been that they were fixing to arrest people. Oh, they're moving us again. Yeah, they're trying to get people out. I'm gonna go ahead and hop over here to the edge. We're gonna go ahead and hop over here to the edges.
Murderers!
So there's this I'm not really sure what this was about in the middle here because there's still people on the edges, but there's like a line coming in. Okay, sorry. There's a line of trying to say National Guard and Metro Police coming, and I think they're just moving the crowd back and moving the crowd back. And I'm gonna tell you guys, it's cold. It's getting real chilly out here. So there's, they've kind of created this odd perimeter in the middle here. I'm not really sure like the movement of this body here. Do you see there's some on the, like their backs are turned to us here, but then they're advancing over on this side. So if you guys understand what's happening here, I don't have enough experience to know why they've turned their backs on us right here. And also the ones in the bright colored jackets. Who are them? Who are they?
Just not really sure what this tactic is supposed to be because everyone's kind of separated into small groups.
So around me, people are just kind of yelling random things. Kind of insults everywhere, honestly. I don't know what's happening over here, but
I'm trying to get it like you wanted.
Hey, Mark. Hey, sir.
Haley, let's go! We're gonna get out of here live.
yeah, I just heard him say.
Unconstitutional. Fuck you, pig!
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're not letting.
If you work this way, there's a hole in the gate.
I'm not sure what the plan is right here.
Right there.
He says I can't leave. I just walked out. That's fucking
Orange
I got him.
I have my press badge out here. I'm not sure what the plan is, you guys. Like, I don't know if they're rounding people up to arrest them or like they're trying to keep them in the middle.
Where'd he go?
Like, there's some mainstream media here that's been kettled in also. But I'm not sure what the
If you want to bring it to the satellite truck, take the satellite truck, but I don't know where that is.
I'm really not sure why the
Travis, we're gonna have to keep moving once we're out too. Don't miss out.
Next time we go back.
I don't know why they're having some people in and some people out.
I hope you are aware of what you
They're pulling this guy. There's a whole bunch of it looks like a bunch of the DC people, a bunch of the National Guard pulled back over there.
As one of my lovely friends said, I see a lot of you who got tricked into joining.
There's an interesting
That 20% charger would love to go, right?
I'm not sure why these guys are here in the middle, but I'm not sure the movement here actually.
I'm gonna throw that bitch on.
It's getting real chilly.
They grabbed me and told me I couldn't leave. Are they going to let him leave?
I'm glad I got to the other side of this lineup here.
Nobody out. They just said shut it down and not let anybody out. Get out, go, run.
Uh-oh. Hey.
Do shit.
I'm not standing by this guy. Not standing by that guy. Those girls ran like scared little bunnies. I don't blame them. So some people came over and knocked this down to get out, but they seem to be kind of... No, they are not letting people out now. I don't know what the plan is, though. Do they want to, like, arrest these people, or... I'm not sure. Do you know why they kettled them all in there? Yeah, they're really not. Did you see these girls are over here trying to get out? They had to just scurry way out.
They're pointing them over there.
What's that?
Looks like they just pointed them over there.
I don't know.
Let them
out!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They want out, let them out!
Yeah, this woman's trying to, I don't know if she's trying to negotiate her way out or she's making a stand. Either way, there you go. Oh, excuse me.
Next time
Sorry, Miss Scooch down. Sorry, Miss Scooch down. I'm sorry.
Look at the sausage, egg, cheese, and butter we have right in front of us. About 2.5, 3 foot wide, standing in at a 5'8". 325 pounds! We have a Metropolitan Police Officer!
So loud. Oh crap, I gotta plug my phone in. So it looks like most of the people left the center over here.
I know all of you will remember me, and I have a target on my back.
I'm not sure what the center perimeter is for, but looks like they got everybody out of the middle. Let me get my phone plugged in.
I can come from above.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're being detained in there or not. Yeah, there's some people kind of in the middle there, but I'm not really sure what the plan is with them.
Yeah, we're going to be publicly intoxicated tonight while violating.
I'm not sure if they're, I'm so
I'm on copious amounts of cocaine.
sorry guys, I gotta plug this back up in. Just a second. So the thing is, I don't know why they would divide the crowd exactly the way they did. Sorry, I gotta plug this thing in. Because it seems like it would make, I'll turn this around a little bit. So they kettled the crowd in a really, I don't know, in kind of a bizarre way. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone charged in here. Sorry, guys. There's a small, oh, okay, I'm gonna flip this around again, sorry. There is a bunch of movement happening. Where is the stupid charger thing on here? I'm gonna grab a different one. Oh, so they're starting to circle again. Yep, so they're starting to move. Looks like they're moving forward. I don't know if they like plan to make arrests to kind of like make a point to get people to disperse, or if because the people in the middle weren't necessarily agitators, but they don't seem to be letting them out. They seem to be actually closing ranks on them. There's kind of this, sorry guys, only 16%. Okay. There's a, I'm not really sure.
All right, so this is the conclusion. The police and the National Guard were pushing us further and further away from the Capitol. Eventually, they got into a situation where they kind of encircled us. So there was a circle of police and National
Yep, so they were being arrested.
And outside of the circle, people kind of got out. The people who were stuck in the circle, including us, realized that we couldn't get out. So we asked them where to go. We didn't really get an answer. And so one guy said, okay, here's your friend, indicated by the fact that I was holding on the mic. And he let us permeate through the barrier, as well as my team here. However, the people who were not with the press, who were the protesters, they're actually sort of stuck inside the circle now. What will happen to them? I'm not sure. They could be reprimanded and let go, or arrested, or held in kind of detention. Not sure exactly.
Okay, we're moving back now.
We're getting a little bit now too. They're asking us to move back. Of course, we'll do that. But so yeah, people were forced to be told.
All right, so here we are. We started off way up at the Capitol, and we've slowly been moved back, moved back, moved back. We've got more, there's more cops coming through, or more Metro Police. There's a group of people that have been kettled in the middle that I don't know if they're being arrested or they're going to be let go, but they were some of the protesters that are in there. There is a curfew in effect, and it seems, you know, most people have respected the curfew. It's mostly just media left out here. They split, so if you look around here, this is all media now. The protesters have been sent to the outside of the ring. It was actually, man, that was a pretty impressive maneuver. Because at this point, there are no protesters left. We've got a lineup here of, this is all police officers. I don't think the National Guard is still, we do still have some National Guard here in the back, but it's mostly Metro Police right now. The protesters have been pushed to this side. I think there's protesters over that way. There's another police lineup over that way. So we've got media. The only ones that's left is media.
She's pressed, isn't she?
So it looks like, absolutely. I'm more than willing to move back. So we've got National Guard, Metro Police. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's happening. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
get a bike rack.
So I think that the protesters that were peddled before, it looks like there's a large police presence over there. I'm not sure if they're issuing arrests. But this is the
here we are, pretty much the only
scene out here.
Here are the police and the press.
We had a lot more. Earlier today there were several 100,000 ranging up to, I've heard reports is up to close to 1 million. I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to quantify that number. But all that's left out here is, I think there are protesters. There are protesters out in this area.
A bit of irony.
All that we have left here is our media.
However, I did not anticipate any kind of standoff.
Yeah, there was no, I didn't see any counter protests happening. There was straight, everyone seemed to be in the same group here, or the same objective. There were calls earlier today that organized groups were coming out to occupy the Capitol. There were calls of maintain the line, but this evening there isn't any sort of organization.
Destroyed the Associated Press's deal, like the cameras, the stands.
As far as
the silvers, everything.
So cold, you guys. We were at Washington D.C. in front of the Capitol building.
Like a lot of what
there's been an order issued to disperse, and most people have. Like, there hasn't been much resistance at this point. Like I said, it's mainly media. We've got media out here, and I don't know what the beeping is. Oh. Yeah, I don't even see. There aren't protesters in there. I don't know if they've been arrested and removed. I'm not sure. But there's still a National Guard presence, and there's definitely lots of police. I'm not sure how the numbers. I'm not sure how the numbers rated today with how many protesters were down here. So if you'll see here, there's a line of police down this way, and there's barricades erected here, and barricades erected over here, and yeah, I mean, things were kept mostly peaceful today. I don't know, peaceful as far as there wasn't infighting amongst the crowd. There was a call, so after the president spoke, the crowd marched down to the Capitol area, and they stormed the Capitol. Like, there was a kind of a battle cry or a war cry that propelled people forward, and they started climbing the scaffolding, and eventually were able to breach the Capitol. They broke out some windows and were able to get inside. And what I mean by peaceful is that I don't know how to explain it right. There wasn't violence within the crowd. It was targeted in one direction. And in other protests that we've been in, the violence is with one another. You know, like, there's one crowd fighting in the faces of another crowd, and violence breaks out. Like right now would be like people fighting one another. Today the crowd they were all opposed, like they were all pushing against the police, really. That was the only opposition, and the opposition of, you know, getting into the Capitol. But there wasn't you know, fighting amongst the crowds. So in that way, that's when I say there wasn't violence amongst the people. There was hostile action, but yeah, the fighting came between the police and the hi. So things have really I don't know, they're kind of all calmed down. You know, I just realized I may not be able to get out. You guys probably realized that far before I did, but there's how unobservant. I just realized that Yeah, I mean, I don't mean peaceful like it. I meant peaceful as far as you knew exactly where it was coming from. It didn't feel. I've been on the streets, reporting in protests and riots before, and there's a sense of like something could pop off at any second, and there's infighting. And today there wasn't. The violence was targeted completely in one direction. It wasn't fighting on the street. There wasn't fist fights or knives being pulled on one another. It was a different sensation out today. This is the... So here's where we're at. Oh good. You know what? There is an exit over here that I'm going to utilize because I don't understand the we've still got this guy over here I interviewed earlier. It was a little bit hard for me though. I saw I saw a guy writing a message on the stone wall right outside the Capitol, like I was up on the steps, and he was using a Sharpie, and that's not okay. It's not okay to deface a national monument like that, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. It's also difficult to see the police being so brutalized, like they've took a lot of verbal abuse the entire day from a group that's typically been supportive. And I know everyone, I'm not going to, just from a human's perspective, not from a, it's hard to watch a human being be verbally attacked and have their children talked about. Like, I heard that a lot, them talking about their children, and I can't, it's difficult against police, against any human being. That's, I don't know, it's not acceptable. You leave people's kids out of it. So there's kettling going on. It looks like way down on the other side over there, there's a kettle line that's been created. And then there's one here. And I'm not sure if there's anything else. I'm not sure if there's anything going on anywhere else in the city right now. I've heard lots of sirens just recently. But I think this is pretty well, just to show this, I think this is pretty well, I think right now if staying out is just to get arrested, really, and I don't think there's anything productive in that. So all over here behind me, this is all like media. A lot of it is mainstream. It's actually a lot international media, which is interesting to me. Like one group is reporting from Hong Kong, and yeah, it's a lot of international media. And there's been talk of organized groups coming back tonight, but I don't think that's happening. The police are far too. The police are they're holding a really tight line. So unless a group came out en masse, I don't think that anything else is going to go down tonight, other than people getting arrested. And there isn't any violence. I think they're just trying to clear the city out, or trying to get people out of here. So it was. I'm really grateful that I didn't get caught in there, because they were pretty quick and free about keeping people in there. So I'm going to head on out of here a little bit. I don't think there's anything else going on around DC, and like I said, I don't think there's any groups that will be coming back out tonight. All that chatter of organized groups, because if you can see, it's mostly it's basically media that's left. There's a couple of hardcore protesters out. There's still some bullhorns happening, but yeah, there isn't. It seems a little silly at this point to be out, because there just isn't, the protesters have dispersed. They're all, So this is the perimeter, though, that they've created. There's no one trying to come in, so the only thing I can think is that they're here to keep... there's no one trying to push their way in from the other side. My guess is that this little perimeter they've created right here is to kettle people in and arrest them when they've decided that they've had enough. But right now there's one spot in the, well, you know, there's this one entrance to get in and out. And, but like I said, there's not really anything a part of me feels like this is a peaceful, if these are protesters, there's a lot of media, but there are still protesters left.
With this illegitimate election, this installment of a
It is kind of interesting that they,
who was responsible,
you know, like what, it's a huge police presence out here for next to no people. Like I'm telling, there's layers here. There's National Guard, there's Metro Police, there's DC Police, there's Capitol Police, and they're all like mustered out here. And it kind of feels like, you know, if there's no, it's you know, people are peacefully assembled. I don't know. My question would be, why push them together and arrest them? Like, at what point do we say, like, there can be a state of emergency and it makes sense to clear the streets and to turn this around. It makes sense to clear the streets and get people out, but at what point are we infringing upon people's rights to peacefully protest? And I'm not talking earlier, I'm talking like right now. That, let me get away from this. Like, at what point do they say you can't peacefully protest anymore? Because I was kettled in there with everyone with a press badge and kind of and had to get myself out before you know, before I was potentially arrested with the other people that were in the middle. So here's the rest of the line. And like I said, we know you have a soul, and we know that you guys, I'd like you guys. There's still a large police presence out on the streets, though. They've got all of the streets downtown blocked off, so you can't even get down here from outside streets. It was interesting too because when I was heading down to this area, they had it's cold. When I was coming down here earlier today, just trying to see what's happening across the street over here real quick. They shut down the Maps programs. Like, Google Maps was working for a while, and that got shut down. I'm gonna flip you around real quick. I'm not sure where all these cops are going, but like I got so turned around trying to get down here because they shut down all the maps. Like, I was looking at my phone and suddenly the maps were deactivated, like taken offline. I don't know who has the power to do that. You know, like, who has the power to say, hey, turn off the maps going to the Capitol building? But it happened across several platforms. And then at another point, I'm walking out. I'm just, at another point, we were up by the Capitol, and it was when they were actually storming. Like, there was two attempts. There was two big pushes into the Capitol, and the second one I was there for, and my phone just went. I was, it's getting cold. I'm gonna cover. The second time, I was standing there on my phone and I was just video recording because we had no signal, and my phone and several of the phones next to me just they stopped working. Like, they shut off, and I don't know, I didn't know that could happen, but I wouldn't have thought it could happen, except it did happen. It actually happened twice today. It happened just a little while ago. I was live and my phone just shut itself down. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna figure out. Someone said there was something going down over here, but here we are. This is the other side of that perimeter line. I really do wonder if anyone, can you look in the comments? Could someone tell me in the comments how many people were actually arrested tonight, if that number has been released? So, I mean, there's definitely rumors that there are groups coming back out to, you know, I'm totally walking the wrong way. Here we go. I hear chatter. I'm gonna go close to people. I was trying to get... So there was a group that I can't hear them anymore. But they were talking about people coming back out tonight. To get on that, you know, to get into the Capitol building. They're not getting anywhere near it. Like this, the police aren't letting anybody get in there. It was, I don't know if I was live. But yeah, I think I was live when that, yeah, this guy was trying to get over a border or a barrier that had been pepper sprayed and was carrying a piece of the Capitol, like a piece of furniture that had like a broken off piece of wood from like a chair or handrail or whatever. And someone had, you know, one of the people that had actually busted through the windows of the Capitol, he was carrying a piece of that. I don't know, you guys, I love history. I'm kind of a minored in it. And I wanted to be like, hey, that's irreplaceable. You can't glue that thing back together. There's no Gorilla Glue that's going to work on that. But I don't know. It's like I've heard this statement today that you have to tear it down to build it up again. And I think that's probably their thinking on it. So yeah, but seeing a piece of the Capitol like in someone's hands outside, like we've visited, I'm getting emotional, but like, this is my hometown, you know. I brought my kids down here. It's all right, I'm tired. It's been a really long day, I think. Anyway, I brought my kids down here. We go to museums. I love history, and I torture them with it, but we've gone to all the museums down here. We visited the Capitol. We actually were able to go through the White House last year, and you know, outside of politics or outside of anything else, it's hard to see see something historical that's irreplaceable be damaged. And gosh, I don't know, my heart's heavy. Like, our nation's in trouble, you know. Like, American citizens broke into the Capitol today. I didn't think that could happen. I mean, it hasn't happened in 200 years, so I didn't think that was something that I would see in my lifetime. And now we're at the beginning, you know. I've seen a lot this year, actually. Like, doing this with CJTV and being in protests and riots. People are angry. And they're feeling helpless and hopeless. And I don't know, you guys, we got to just talk to each other and do what we can to heal a little bit, because we're not doing ourselves any favors. We're falling apart. You know, our country we're having a hard time. I don't know. I talked to the one guy today who had been shot in the stomach with a non-lethal round, and it ripped a nice little patch in his belly there. And you know, he said he's 50-something years old. He's a grandfather, and he's never been politically active before. And you know, while I was standing next to him, he was shouting things at the police that I don't think a version of himself, you know, 10 years ago would have thought he would be standing in front of the nation's Capitol telling police they're pigs and he's going to burn all of his Back the Blue flags, because, you know, I don't think people imagine themselves getting that point of anger and frustration. But, you know, if everyday citizens can get to a point of that level of intensity, I don't know. I don't know, you guys, is there any hope for us? I don't know. Anyway, all right. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I don't really have anything else to report down here. Like I said, it's really quieted down. I think they probably are going to make a good handful of arrests because there are some people that are, you know, not going to give up. But that was the day. We had, you know, the president spoke and his son spoke, and Congress was disrupted, so there weren't any votes. I don't think anything was certified. I've been out here for a long time, but yeah, I don't know that anything. What do you guys think? Was something accomplished today? I guess it was accomplished in that the votes weren't certified, but they have time to do that anyway. So, all right, I'm rambling now. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm just tired and hungry, but I'll let you go. Be good to each other. Try. Just be kind.